Yeah, this is great music. Hey, Astro, why thank you very much. I'm gonna replay that. I don't think it played out.
Astrokity Cat just resubscribed for 6 months. It's a Merc strip.
It is a Merc strim. Thank you so much, Astro. 6 months already. Feels like yesterday. How are we doing tonight? You looking forward to the next episode of Alan Wake? I am. I'm excited to see where the story goes. Real excited. And because the PlayStation stayed in its suspension the whole time since last time, you might be able to tell over there right now, but we're just in the home menu, and as soon as we get out of that, we're gonna see the end screen, and then we'll jump right into the recap, which is great. A great way to start the episode off. Yeah. All right. I think we just jump into it. Say goodbye to the awesome Monster Sanctuary soundtrack. We will hear it again soon. You basically got offered department manager position again today. Now, hold on. When you say basically, though, is that actually really getting offered it? Do you think you're going to take it? Have you been working late? Has that been a thing? I remember there was the one stream not that long ago that you said you worked a long shift or something so you could make the stream, which is crazy. All right. We're gonna switch over to the main scene. Then I gotta click a button, not with the controller, because that will bring up Steam, which is not what we want. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Resume game. So get the music. A lot of days you're working 11 to 8 or 2 to 8. Is that something that goes in cycles? Like you'll do that for a quarter or two, and then you switch and you've got. I feel like they go in like 3 different shifts, right? There's usually early morning, midday, and late night, something like that. Right. By the way, these songs are okay, but YouTube flags them for copyright every single time, but they're actually like listed in YouTube to be acceptable. However, there was a single song in episode 1 or stream 1 of the game that got flagged, and I could mute the section or I could leave it. It was going to be, the whole video was going to be blocked in Russia. I just decided to leave it, but I thought that was kind of funny that it's blocked in Russia but nowhere else.
Previously on Alan Wake.
Ooh, trophy!
Under the influence of the Dark Presence, I wrote a horror story that is coming true. Jagger had been my editor, making sure that the unfolding story would make her more and more powerful. Some part of me had been aware enough to write my escape into the story.
Together we can create something absolutely wonderful.
The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. My mom gave me this old light switch.
The clicker.
Alice is being kept in a dark prison. I need to find Cynthia Weaver to fix this.
It's your fault, and you're gonna pay for it.
Episode 5. The Clicker.
Well, we're expecting a record crowd from the neighboring counties. Naturally, we hope to break the record set by last year's Moose Fest in our neighboring town, Watery. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have asked me, what's the big deal about Deer Fest? And I think that this sums it up. It's about friendship and community. We've got a great party coming up, but let's try to all
I can't wait for Deer Fest.
Get through the night in one piece, all right?
I have it.
Oh.
Someone will come for it when the time is right. Thomas said so. He wrote it. The key is insurance. It's my job to keep it safe. Safe in the light. Always in the light.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.
Of course he did.
I think
I think my tongue just took a crap in my mouth. Ugh. Oh, wait, we're in jail now? Oh, Al. Al, this is not good.
That about sums it up.
All right, so yeah, so your manager, the manager, works 5 to 2, and there's mids doing 7 to 9, 7 or 9 to 3, and then closing.
Again.
Yeah, kind of whoever is most capable of
I need to
completing
talk
which
to
shifts.
Weaver. She's the one in the song. The lady
Yeah,
of the light.
that's always a thing, right?
What, the crazy lady? Ugh, whatever you say, Al, but we're stuck here. They're not
You haven't
gonna...
even interviewed Wake.
I had some reading to do first, Sheriff, and let me tell you, it was an interesting read. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent. There's no way you're walking out of here. You hear me in there, Bret Easton Ellis? Huh?
Agent Nightingale, I want to talk to your superior.
Well, we all want things, Sheriff. I wanted my... Look, that's not possible right now.
Agent Nightingale, I insist.
Ooh. So I also noticed out the little tiny window you get in this jail
Wait,
cell, it
what's
looks like it
wrong?
might already
Lady,
be night.
are you stupid? It's a trick. It's an obvious trick.
Okay, I've had enough of this crap. Wake, I'm gonna trust you with this.
You're joking.
Agent Nightingale, your opinion would matter more if you were sober and if I actually believed you were here on official business.
Whoa! Get back in the cell, Stephen King. The only way you're leaving this place is over my dead... Wait a minute. I know this...
Whoa! Sheriff saw that.
Oh my god!
Light. We need light. It's the only way to fight this thing.
In my office. I've got your things there. Follow me.
Hold on. Double check
Oh, man.
everything else.
We're sitting ducks with the lights out.
This guy knows a
Stay
lot of
cool.
authors.
I can get the emergency power on.
Oh, we picked up 2 manuscript pages here.
Nightingale tried to make sense of the manuscript. It was disjointed and strange. He didn't understand half of it, but it all rang true. Impossibly true. He took out his hip flask when he reached the page that described how he reached the page that made him take out his hip flask.
Ugh.
It wasn't the booze that made his mind reel.
That would make anyone a little mad, I think.
Nightingale felt the situation veering out of his control, but the gun at least felt steady in his hands. He was ready to fire, resolved that he would let this happen over his dead body. And yet he hesitated. He had seen this moment before, read it in the page. He was transfixed by the deja vu and the horror that he was a character in a story someone had written. Then the monstrous presence burst in behind him and dragged him into the night.
So again, if Nightingale isn't even a real person, right? If he was written into existence by Alan Wake, that would also explain all of the author references, right? You make the mention, this guy knows a lot of authors, but, you know, maybe people do. You're not much of a reader, you say, but I feel like I have authors that I like as well, but if I was just, like, on the spot and someone asked me, hey, list 10 authors, I feel like I would struggle, even though, like, I can definitely do it, but, like, on the spot, I would be like, you know what I mean? So if Alan created this guy entirely, it would make sense that all of his references are writer references, because Alan Wake would probably, as a writer himself, have studied a lot of these other books and know all these other authors, maybe not in person, right, but know of them, and so he would use them. Also, we're just double checking things. Look, there's a flare. Good, 2 flares. Our only form of protection at the moment. I don't know what the clip is, but I see the text on it. Coffee. There is a car up against the door. You must have noticed that too, right? All the doors are locked. check out the back. There is a light on out back. That's good. Oh, cool. Lights are sort of on. You've got 2 offers on the table. Current manager trying to move departments, and then you replace them. January-ish. Nice, nice. The other offer, become the backup price change manager, which is a department you'd prefer, but you wouldn't be the actual manager. You don't get the raise. Oh, that's a hard thing, right? There's take both. Yeah, I think Bomber's advice is the best. Take both. It's hard, right? To juggle the job that you're going to enjoy the most versus the one that's going to give you the better benefits. I'm on one of those sides right now, and came from the total other side, and I will say there are days I question it. So it's definitely a hard choice.
Here are your things. Wake, what do I need to know? What do you need from me?
They can be hurt in the light, only in the light, and I need to find Cynthia Weaver. She can help me stop this.
Light. Check. Cynthia. She lives in the old decommissioned power plant.
Of course she
Get you
does.
there pretty quickly in the rescue chopper. Come on.
We're gonna
let's
take
get back
the
to your
chopper?
friend.
We're gonna get to the chopper? No way.
Wheeler, I need you to stay here.
What? No.
We're going to fetch our ride, but I have friends who need to be warned about this, and I can't be in 2 places at once. I need your help.
Well, okay.
Here's a list of people and phone numbers. I need you to call them and tell them you have a message from me. Night Springs, okay? They'll know what to do.
Night Springs? Like the TV show? Gotcha. Oh, hey, that radio guy is on the list. Maine. Who's Frank Breaker? He related to you?
My dad.
Hey, is this like a secret society?
Can you do this? You'll be safe here. The backup power's on. These guys need to be alerted, just in case we don't come back.
You'll come back for me though, right?
As soon as we get the chopper ready. Thanks, Wheeler. I owe you one. Okay, let's go, Wake. Through the back.
My hangover wants a pizza. You think there's any way I could order one, Al?
I have the worst feeling that she's not gonna make it. Like, we're gonna fly in the helicopter, and we're going to be attacked while flying. It's going to crash. As we crash, by the way, we lose all of our gear. Somehow we don't die because we've written it that way. However, she may not make it. That's the premonition I'm having here. The non-real manager position's a really nice break from the other spot. Yeah. I mean, it's you gotta look. You just gotta look, right? It's hard to make that choice, but do the benefits outweigh the added stress of the job? That's really what it comes down to, and it's hard to know until you've made your choice. But I would also say, right, hopefully, if you do make the one that's the position you'd rather have, that it wouldn't be too much longer, and you could maybe get something else in the same spot, or who knows, maybe another spot opens up. And again, if you take the other one for better benefits, the upside there being a manager role, right, is you have, I think, more flexibility to move to different jobs, different departments, I mean, totally different companies with that experience and start at a higher rung, you know? So it has upsides as well as the increased benefits. But no one can make that choice for you. Not going to be an easy one. Oh, we got a thing.
Hell. Whatever took Nightingale must have broken the gate controls.
Oh, it's on
We
top.
can't reach the gate's control box from here. We need to get to the other side over the rooftop.
I'll go. I'll open the gate for you once I'm across. You stay here in the light and cover me, Sheriff, okay?
Are you sure? Okay then, but hurry.
You know what else could happen? I see like more shifting darkness over there, so there might be something on the inside because it looks like there's a door. Trying to see if I can potentially hit it from here. We could maybe get up on the roof and then this light goes out and then she's done for. They tell me they can't jump the gate. Don't you see how high it is?
I needed to reach the rooftop to get to the other side of the broken gate.
The rooftop is definitely a lower bar, right? Yeah. We move. Hold on. We're double checking, right? There might be more coffee or manuscript pages. Oh wait, I heard Barry.
Sarah says Night Springs. Okay? Okay, bye.
Oh, he's just dialing all the numbers and saying Night Springs. So, do you think that there are a lot of people from Thomas Zane, like, who knew of him and whatnot, and they prepared this, like, contingency plan? And that's what's being enacted by calling everyone and saying Night Springs? Ooh, batteries. Dark gunk on the ground. That actually is the way up, isn't it? Hold on. I wanted to explore over here then, too. Barry can be a good guy when it counts. I mean, here's the thing, right? I've said it before. I like Barry. I don't know if I would enjoy being around him in person, but for the purposes of the story, I like him quite a bit. Okay, door is locked. All right. He's just that guy who's in the wrong place at the wrong time, but at the same time is lucky because he keeps making it. Also, look, the deer for Deer Fest. It's right behind us. A lot of birds. I don't know if there's a point to doing this. Like, we do it all the time, but if you don't step in it, I feel like it's totally safe. This float's gonna come into play later on, isn't it? I didn't really think about it until now, but like, we're either gonna ride it, or it's gonna catch fire and it's gonna save us, or who knows what. Also, this looks like we could walk around down there. We might be doing some town exploration. Ooh, flares. Okay, what does this say? In light, you can hurt them. Yeah, we know. Yeah, the giant floating deer. Right. Yes, yeah, that stuff has that circle. That's how you know, like, you're definitely targeting it. All of the enemies have that as well. But it's a little harder to see on the enemies, I think. Alright, just go. I'm kind of wondering, were those two flares actually inside of two of those dark spots? Oh, great, we got birds somewhere. Oh, there's more! I hate the birds so much. They're like the worst. That one's totally broken. Okay. And I think the flare actually got the other one. So there's that. We double check over here to make sure there isn't like a manuscript page hiding back anywhere. Oh, this actually is the way to go. Okay. Thanks for the compliment on the dodge. It was tricky. Those birds are always so hard to dodge. We almost fell off the back.
Hey, Sheriff! Your password. Night Springs? What's that all about?
It's a stupid joke we have. That Bright Falls is the original inspiration for the TV show. This town can get weird at times. Never this weird, though. You need to bypass the damaged control box.
What am I, an electrician? Hold on!
You are everything, Alan, turns out. I don't know why, but just like being here in the town is giving me like serious Silent Hill / somewhat Resident Evil vibes. It's the first time in this game I felt that way. Alright, we're full on revolver. Okay, let's keep that out actually. Wait. Oh, I saw that ring of the concrete pipe there and thought it was a light attack thing.
Oh! Ow, damn! That's smart.
You see that Silent Hill vibe?
Stick
Yeah.
close. Our first stop is the town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
The darkness is swelling. Oh! You get the guys, I'll get the trucks. I think. Okay, trucks down. She's way better of a shot than the kidnapper guy was. Ugh. Didn't she also have a flashlight at one point? Of course. You're right, just take a look, it's in a book. I don't know which way to go.
Look out!
Oh, here comes the float! Missed. I don't know what that sound was. Oh, we got one of the big guys. Woo! Barely dodged him on that. Oh! It's not just a typewriter, it's a brand. Well, let's get all our guns reloaded here. Yeah, probably the way with the enemies is the right way to go. However, I kind of want to check out the deer float. Oh, look, we're getting pointed in this direction. So we're going to go that way anyways. Also, coffee. Look at that. Best friend coffee.
Over here, Wade. The chopper's in the other direction.
Oh, I heard you, but don't you know there's a drop box over this way? Somewhere? Look, it's past here. So, what was driving the truck? Where is this drop box at? Also, I feel like I should be able to walk through that, just saying. Oh, there's a path around the side. Oh, check that out. Here we are. There we go, flare gun. Totally worth it. 4 shots. Okay, time to move, time to move. Alright. Come on, Sheriff. Go, not die. Oh, wait. Something back this way, too? I think we established, right, that it was Cynthia Weaver who was leaving all the yellow paint and stuff around?
The air smelled of fish. This was Bright Falls industrial area. There was probably a cannery nearby.
I think we're going to be jumped on the way out of here. I think there's someone behind me. Maybe not. I really thought I heard someone behind. Hey, maybe it was Cynthia. Or not Cynthia. Sarah. We took an unfortunate tumble.
That's smart.
Oh.
Good job, Wade. Okay, stick close.
Oh,
Our
what a
first stop is the
terrible,
town hall. The keys to the chopper are there.
checkpoint. So the reason why we're taking out the van, by the way, is because if we don't, it's gonna like try to attack us again. Which would not be super great. Oh, okay, she got that one. Dang, we still didn't get that guy! Oh, look at that dodge. We're doing so much worse this time. Okay. We got hurt way more, and I think used more ammo.
Look out!
You hear that sound from the side, and it's a little terrifying. Using up some of my shotgun shells. Okay. Yeah, there goes the deer float again. Alright, we run to the side, we grab the stuff. We run down the next one, and then we don't die.
Over here, Wade! The chopper's in the other direction!
We're out of stamina. It's funny, because there are definitely times when I'm like, I wish they had just had a stamina bar so I could see. But not seeing the stamina bar is... it makes moments a little more tense. You know what I mean? Like, when we're out in the woods being chased by a whole bunch of enemies and they just keep respawning or whatever, not knowing how long we can run for before we need to really turn around and attack stuff really does make the moment seem worse than it really is. So I think I'm okay not having the stamina bar. Even though it would be convenient.
The air smelled of fish. This was Bright Falls industrial area. There was probably a cannery nearby.
Okay. That's what the flare gun's for. Someone else though somewhere, I think. Maybe not. Okay. Let's look for a yellow marker somewhere. Where's Cynthia trying to get us to move to? Oh, she's fighting someone. Nice. Okay. Have a marker here telling us to go left, which we did. And then... part of me thought it was going to be inside the building, but we can't walk in there. Up the stairs, maybe. Bugsy how short the stamina is. I'm like, hey, what is she doing way over there? Yeah. It really depends, I think, on the game for me, on whether or not it bugs me. I'm totally fine with it in this. We don't typically just need to run across the whole map. But there are definitely other games when you're like, man, this would just be... So, actually, here's the thing, though. I sort of talked about this before. I'm going to try not to use any spoilers, but in Starfield, right? In Starfield, eventually you can get some abilities, and one of those abilities has completely removed stamina for me. As in, I don't need to worry about it ever again. which it removes a whole gameplay element. Sometimes it's an annoying gameplay element, but it's a whole gameplay element. And at first, I was really happy with it, and then the more I kept using it, the more dissatisfied I got with it, because it felt like it robbed just a portion of the game. A whole game mechanic is essentially gone, which is weird. It wasn't a crazy, unfun game mechanic necessarily either. Who is Alan? So we're a writer, right? Yeah, let me try and give a little bit of backstory on what's actually happening here. So, Alan is a writer. He has written multiple best-selling books. We're not horror writers. We're actually detective writers, and we have a specific detective. Name is Alex Casey, and I don't know if that's going to play any part, but his name's Alex Casey, and he's the main character of all the books. Well, we haven't been able to write in 2 whole years. Okay, so we have this crazy writer block. Barry, the guy who was in the cell with us when we woke up, he's our agent. Why are we here? So our wife, Alice, she booked us a vacation. So we went on vacation. And she's like, I've planned everything. I've scheduled everything. You don't have to worry about it. You don't even have to lift a finger. I'll take care of all the dinner orders and everything. Because Alan's been having a rough time with his writer block, because he just can't do what he wants to do, right? In fact, I think he's like, it's put him into a bit of a depression and all those sort of things. So we get here, and when we get here, we go to pick up the key to the cabin. Okay, and when we go to pick up the key to the cabin, the guy who's supposed to give it to us isn't there, and then this creepy old woman is there, and she gives us a key. We go to the cabin, and when we get there, it's on a little island in the middle of the Cauldron Lake. And we find out, oh, Alice has a surprise for us. We go upstairs, and boom, she has a room with a typewriter. And so then Alan gets mad because he thought this was going to be a vacation and not a work thing. But to go like even further with it, she also showed him this brochure for Dr. Hartman's Creatives Clinic. And that made him feel, it made him feel bad, right? Like he was a person who needed to go to, rehab or something. And so they had an argument, and he left the house, and then she screamed, and when he came back and she was just falling into the water, and he jumped in and couldn't find her. So, to go forward, all the way up to episode 5, we've extrapolated that there is this dark entity, right? It creates all the dark enemies. They're called the Taken. So we don't know if the dark enemy is also considered the Taken, or if it's the controller of the Taken. It's very like Cthulhu-esque, and I don't mean like Cthulhu the monster, but like Eldritch horror type stuff. This thing was supposedly almost nothing, and then there was another writer in the 70s, I think, whose name Thomas Zane, and he fed this thing all sorts of power through his words, right? We don't really know how that worked, but somehow he sealed it away as well. Well, we have the suspicion that our whole writer's block has been caused by this thing. It has almost no power, but it's like reaching out, looking for ways it can gain more power. And it found us, and somehow it hooked into us just a little bit, enough to prevent us from writing in order to set up the whole thing for us to come here. And now, we lost a whole week of time. So our wife jumps in the water, we lose a whole week of time because it got us. It got its hooks into our brain, and we started writing for it. And we would write something, and then it would tell us, no, change it to be like this. Because the outcome is everything that we write is coming true, and it wants more and more power. So it's trying to get us to write the correct thing for it. We also gather that we kind of understood that partway through writing, and so he's written himself into the story and is trying to write a way out for him and his wife. And that's kind of where we are, right in the middle of this. But the big call-outs are everything that he writes in this manuscript has come true so far. And that's those are the pages that we found in the cell. And that FBI agent, Nightingale, he was onto it somehow. Somehow he knew about the manuscript pages and read about himself in there and read about the things that were coming true to himself. And that's why he's here. He's not here on official business. I think he's here, honestly, just to kill us. Okay. I come here for flares, and you guys throw me a party. I feel like there might be something else back here. I guess not. Just a couple flares. He's here to kill Alan and drink milk, and he's all out of milk. But you know what he's not out of? He's not out of whiskey. He apparently drinks a lot of whiskey. Oh, there's definitely stuff in here. Hold on. She wants to go that way. See, like, I'm wondering, if we walk over this way right now, is she going to tell us, oh, we have to go through here? We'll find out. Or are we going to go around the back of this building? All right, all right, all right. Oh, wait, hold on. Yellow text. Follow. Okay, we will. Hold on, I got to go in the diner first. So this diner is one of the first places in town we came to. And it's actually where we encountered the darkness. Got a checkpoint for coming in here. Interesting. The heavy-duty flashlight. Glad we came in. Bit of revolver ammo. We're full on that. Sure. We're full on batteries, too, actually.
I'm gonna want explanations, you know. For example, what the hell happened to Rose?
Coffee.
She's seriously messed up now.
The same thing I think happened to me after I arrived.
During this week, you can't remember?
Oh, I remember now.
Are you gonna elaborate on that, Helen? Oh, I remember now. Can I talk to her? No. So Rose was the person who ran the diner. I don't think she owned it, but she ran it, basically. The darkness got its hooks in her and made her do some things like rug us. Oh, there's a manuscript page. And we got through a manuscript page, more details about it. She was acting and saying and doing things, but it wasn't her, it was the darkness controlling her. But she saw and heard herself and saw herself do everything, but she had no ability to stop it. So she's kind of messed up.
Barry was in his element, making calls, making things happen, even if he didn't entirely know what those things were. He wouldn't let the hot sheriff chick down. Even if every noise he heard from outside, and he heard plenty, made him jump. He had only paused to text Al a message, told him to hurry up. Suddenly, Barry froze in mid-dial. A window broke somewhere in the building, and then the lights went out.
Oh no, Barry's in trouble. All right, check the bathroom doors. Check the exit door. No, okay, nothing. They have the best coffee in the world or town? Or the writer just needs coffee. Walk up in here. Is there anything in here? Nope. And this game, by the way, right? It's a Xbox 360 original game, so it's a bit old at this point. But this is the remastered version on the PlayStation 5. So it's definitely upscaled a bit. It still does play like an older game. Not that that's bad. I think it's playing fine. Some of the platforming stuff is a little hit or miss. You gonna kill him? I guess I'll do it.
And I thought New Yorkers were rude.
We're also from New York. We live in the city. Oh, we got a big dude. Oh, where did that come from? I saw where that one came from. Hold on, let's get a flare going. Jeez, those guys take a lot of shots. You can accept him sucking at running because he's a writer. Writers everywhere said, yeah. Use? I will, but I don't know why. Oh! Nice little light spot. Okay. Something at the back of the porta potty? Might have missed it. Not seeing anything. Okay. I mean, there absolutely could have been something behind one. Those coffee thermoses and manuscript pages are hidden kind of everywhere. The coffee at least blinks, so it's somewhat visible, and the manuscripts just glow, so they're very visible. There's also, by the way, a nightmare mode that we were not allowed to play, not until we beat it once, and there's manuscript pages you can only find on Nightmare. Hot dog van.
Wait, over here! There's light!
I'll take those flares, thank you, and the shotgun ammo, thank you.
Watch my back, please.
Sure, I'll watch your back. We're definitely not going to be ambushed. Where are they?
It's
an
ambush.
Whoop! Oh! I didn't see them. Jeez. I know the big guy's to my right. Oh, I just barely dodged him. Oh, he's dead. I gotta move. I gotta move. Keep shooting. No, I'm running. There, I got that guy. I didn't get the big dude. Alright. A chainsaw, dude! That's kind of new. There's other guys, too. Hold on, we're flaring here. We have 11, 10 more.
No, you don't!
I thought I had the shotgun out for some reason. Okay. Good. Oh! I saw something blink way over here. I found coffee.
Let's go, Wade.
And coffee and revolver and flare gun. You know what? We probably should have popped a flare, like the flare gun flare. Flares are really powerful for like keeping enemies kind of like stunned in a way. The flare gun, on the other hand, is really good at just like destroying them. Probably should have shot a flare off. Okay. Everything's full. Yeah, all of our ammo is good. Coffee. I just saw the blink, just corner my eye. Okay, nothing back there. You never know. You never know. I do like it when games reward exploration. This one's done an okay job at it so far. We found, like, an encounter that, honestly, I bet you not many people have seen. It was out of the way. It was behind a place. There was really nothing even back there. We were just exploring. The darkness came in, And so we were at a farm, and there were 3 grave markers way out at the back of a field. And we walked towards the grave markers, and then all of a sudden the darkness kind of like, you saw it go into the grave, and then the 3 skeletons popped up, and they were floating, and then they dropped to the ground. We were attacked by skeletons, which has never happened in the game, and I don't believe will again. So it's like a unique enemy, an encounter, and they weren't crazy hard to take down or anything, but it was really neat.
Okay, someone's messed with the fuse box here, but you should be able to jury-rig it while I find the keys.
I already got electrocuted once today. How about I look for the keys and you get burned for a change?
Fine. They should be in the clerk's office on the other side of the building, near the main entrance.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna leave that ammo there. We're close to being full. I'm hoping we'll come back to this room, because we're definitely gonna be attacked in here, right? Like almost certainly. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to get zapped a second time.
The darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's face was furious. The story in the manuscript had been making it stronger all the time, but now the light had set the writer free and hurt it, weakened it. It was only a matter of days before the dark presence would be strong again, but meanwhile, it would be difficult to recapture the writer.
Okay, so Barbara Jagger is the darkness, but not really. Thomas Zane's girlfriend, maybe wife, but I think it was just girlfriend, is Barbara Jagger. And the darkness took her over, and that's the darkness's presence, if you will. And what it's saying here, when the light had heard it, and gave us a couple of days. So when we lost the whole week's worth of time, because like we just couldn't remember it, we were writing, right? We were writing for the darkness. We wrote in Thomas Zane to come help us. And the comment that Alan made was, Thomas is far away and weak, and we don't know what that means. But I wrote him in to help, and he showed up and he was in a diver's suit with like light pouring out of the helmet, and the darkness interacted with it, and it weakened it enough to like lose its hold on us, and enough for us to run away. And of course now it's regained probably most, or if not all, of its power that it had gotten. So the thing with Thomas Zane is kind of weird. We don't fully know how to interpret that. And also, he did say something to us of like, this is his only chance he could help. That was it. So there's no more Thomas Zane's showing up to save us out of a situation. And again, that kind of didn't happen in gameplay. It was like
The
before.
message was from Barry. He was getting worried at the station. He wanted us to hurry.
Yeah. I'm slightly concerned. Maybe we should go upstairs first, because she said it's gonna be back here, right? We gotta go all the wrong ways first.
The keys aren't upstairs, Wake.
I'm just gonna take a quick look.
Also, I've actually thought that this game has had really great writing. And there's all of these Night Springs episodes. Hold on.
Conscience and uncompromising clarity of vision. A need so fundamental, it permeates our very being. And yet, a man may be brought to his knees in a single heartbeat. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, Taken in His Prime.
These are like Twilight Zones.
Hasn't been kind. He's a marked man. Selected for a lifetime of servitude after answering an ad in the newspaper. But first, a little field surgery is required.
Well, look what I found. Please, no! Yeah, I think you're just about ready for it.
Best if you don't resist this, kid. We gotta beat it out of you.
What? I don't understand. What did I do? I just wanted to get a job in the service industry. Wow, you're gonna serve all right. No! Please!
They burned his free will and it exploded.
What was that? Oh, nothing for you to worry about, Manny.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
We'll tell you all about that. Don't you worry.
Another vacant worker ant burst in fury and violence for the pleasure and convenience of ruthless and malicious men. Stranger things can happen.
Okay, and so we also just found out that people here in this town joke that this town is the basis for Night Springs, which kind of interesting. Maybe there's something about the town that's causing all these weird things to happen. The darkness controls the Taken. Yes, we know. And it could be the lake itself, right? With the power of the dark entity in the lake. We know that the lake and the entity are related. What are you doing up there? Yeah, more flare gun ammo. Perfect. Okay, nothing else to find up top. Let's go back down. I'm glad we came up. A little bit of additional ammo and that Night Springs episode. Perfect. That's a big gun. I think he'll get a flare. We're in a really tight corridor area. Whatever flare gun company made all those is making bank. Well, I mean made, right? Because technically it already sold them all. We're not buying more. Alright, so clerk's office is there. The mayor's office is here. We'll walk in the mayor's office last, because I think the key's supposed to be in the mayor's office. Okay. The lantern! Oh, and another flare. Let's switch. Yeah, sure. I'm still full on battery. I thought the game was gonna crash. That was not a network thing. That was a crazy stutter. Oh, the helicopter key is right here. Hold on, hold on. Not picking it up. It might trigger stuff to happen. Don't need triggering yet. The shotgun to the hunting rifle. I hate this question. It pops up all the time for us in this game, doesn't it? I think I'd rather keep the shotgun. We have 10 shots left, which is pretty good. And a coffee thermos. Why are you here? Aren't you supposed to be fixing the lights?
Okay, Sheriff, I got the keys.
Barry?
Why isn't he inside?
Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
I thought he was going to be taken over.
Barry! Look out! Barry, move!
Oh, and of course we're blocked off.
Barry!
He made it inside, Wake. He's okay. The storefront's blocked. Come on, Wake. Let's go around. We can meet him in the back.
Sure. In a second. In a second. Come on. Could be coffee laying around. I mean, I don't know why there's coffee all over the place, but it could be. It could be like right behind this building. Come on. This a gate? Guess not. Oh, it looks like it slides open. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on there. And some really crazy, weird hang-ups. Hold on. There is no save button. We just have checkpoints. Okay, so if we crash, which I'm not expecting, but you never know, we should be able to get back without losing too much. Why have a ranged weapon when all the taken are right in front of you? Perfect shotgun range. It's a good point. The other thing, too, is I don't feel like if we can kill the big guys in 2 hits with the pump shot, 2 hits with the double barrel shotgun, 3 hits, it seems like, with the pump action, that's not terrible. If it takes 2 hits with the rifle, well, I don't know if that's really that much better. But I'm pretty sure it's not a 1-hit kill with the rifle. Right, we did use the rifle a little bit. Trust no one in the dark. Ooh, we can read this. It's not recorded when Bright Falls was first formed as a nameless trading post, but it became a town when the Bright Falls Mining Company started to operate nearby in 1878. It was then that Hubert Biltmore, a fur trapper, and Amos Gunderson, a pioneer from Tacoma, decided to build a post office, saloon, and hotel, all operating from the same building. It was through the efforts of these 2 men that Bright Falls became the permanent and thriving town it is today. Okay. Cool. Got a quick peek back here. Nothing. Nothing, guys. Yeah, this is not great. Ouch. Oh, reload, reload! Thank you. The sheriff is actually quite useful. When they all popped out, I thought, you know, maybe we should throw a flashbang since we have 2 of those now, but that wasn't too bad. See coffee straight ahead.
We can make it through the bookstore. Wheeler should be waiting for us in the backyard.
People, keep it the hell down or I'll call the sheriff.
Oh, hi, Doc. I've got it. Don't worry about it.
Sarah, about time somebody showed up. All this shooting in the air is idiotic. One of these days they'll kill somebody. And over Deerfest.
I know. Go back to bed.
Okay, so he's actually a medical doctor.
This town can't take this.
The Dr. Hartman was more of a psychology guy. Sometimes I question if he was even a real doctor. He was working with the darkness, too. Like, we do know that. He was very specifically saying things like, think about the power we could have and stuff like that, trying to get us to write for it. Okay. Nothing else down here? Got it. Oh, look. It's our book. The Sudden Stop. An Alex Casey thriller. You know, it's funny. The very first, real gameplay that was in the game was us experiencing some of the Sudden Stop. So we're not entirely sure what is the magical property here, right? Is it us? Are we special in when we write things, they come true? Is it the place, when things are written here, regardless of who writes it, they come true? Is it the typewriter, right? Because the typewriter's been a little prominent, too, a couple times.
They're really taking advantage of your presence here, Wake. I heard they're selling a lot of your Alex Casey books.
Right now, I'm not a big fan of my own writing. Cynthia Weaver worked hard. following her obsessive rituals, sometimes fighting them, always giving in to them in the end.
He's the local crazy
She
person
haunted
who
the
turns
halls
out
of
isn't
Bright Falls
crazy.
abandoned power plant. She marked her caches with light-sensitive paint that could only be seen by eyes that had been touched by darkness and saved by light like she'd been. She was preparing defenses and supply lines for the war she knew would come. The war between the forces of light and darkness.
So another theory, right, that we have, that not confirmed, I don't know if it will be at all, but it's possible that Thomas Zane was something that we wrote as well, right? Thomas Zane is what essentially created the darkness. But what if Thomas Zane didn't really exist until we wrote that he existed and created the darkness? You know what I mean? It's kind of like a weird paradoxical situation. Also, what is the point with being able to come up here if there isn't any loot? We were like 94% sure it was Cynthia Weaver who was doing the caches, but now for sure we know. I'm just like, I'm struggling here that there must be something hidden. But I'm not seeing a single thing. Okay. We leave. We fall.
I don't see Barry.
Look, wait, maybe that's him. That's the way to the chopper.
Maybe. There's a way to a cache back here, though. $94.72. Yeah, no, that's the right percentage, though. You got it. I'm surprised you were able to get the exact decimal position, but you did it. Locked. Okay. We're actually full on flare gun ammo, so I think that means we're going to probably use a couple of shots. Because here's the thing, we frequently lose our tools in this game. Why did they do that? That's just creepy. We frequently lose all of our gear in between episodes and everything. So since there's no, it's really hard, right? I want to hoard. I want to hoard everything, but since there's no reason to really hoard, I should really use it. There's a bunch of flare stuff over there. I'm expecting a horde to attack us, like right here. Maybe not, though. Maybe we get up to the door and it's barricaded. Okay. Switch again to the hunting rifle. I will take the flashbang, however. So flashbangs are also extremely powerful. Probably even more so than the flare gun. Sure. Take that too. Oh, and actually we could take an extra battery. Done. Manuscript page in the truck. Oh, also, the manuscript pages have been strategically positioned around as well, that we found out. They were positioned in such a way that they would make sense or be helpful to us when found. Something like that. The flare gun does damage as well. The flare itself is only a light source. It doesn't do the damage.
Barry got back to his feet inside the Bright Falls General Store and dusted himself off. Right next to the cans of baked beans was a locked case filled with flare guns. And yet here was a conveniently placed barrel of crowbars. Barry's smile widened as he realized that this was the classic movie scene where the hero had to gear up and arm himself to the teeth. Barry threw himself into the role.
Barry is definitely not the hero, but probably does believe that. Alright, nothing back there. You look forward to seeing Barry next? Me too. Here's hoping we do actually get to see him. Church events. Nothing interesting in the church events. No concealed firearms. That's okay. Our firearms are not concealed right now.
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my mind about this lock. Ugh, I told him to get it fixed.
Physical labor. Let's take a break.
Okay, you bust the door down. I'll handle these. What if you have bunched up right here? I thought she was gonna get the door open. Come on. Or are we supposed to go somewhere else?
Fatty acids are good for your heart.
Oh, no, no, no. We've got one of these weird guys. I feel like that was a waste, but I was trying to get this guy to show up. We can hit him. Oh, there's another dude behind. We're in a little bit of trouble at the moment. He's got so many, like... no! Where did he come from? Okay. That's fine. But I do think we have to go pick the stuff up again. Yeah, flashbang. Flashbang. We are full on the flare gun ammo. I'm gonna shoot a couple flares this time, for sure. The problem with the flare gun is if you don't hit the enemy, I don't think it does a whole lot. Okay, try the door. Do I have to be up there, you think?
I'm gonna give Pastor Howard a piece of my
I think
mind.
maybe I had to be up here to trigger that.
I told him to get it fixed.
Let's take a break.
You know what? It might also be beneficial for us to like pop up here when the mini boss is on us. Give him less options for getting to us.
No!
Right, if we're here, no one should be able to come up behind us. I think is the story I'm trying to tell. Man, they're so fast, too. We have two of them? Okay, that was weird. I see him over there. Good battery. I don't know if that's the dude or not. That was a cool slow-mo camera. Holy cow, okay. Shoot the flare! Alright, who's left? There he is. I'm waiting for him to come up and I'm gonna throw a flashbang. Oh, the flashbang got him. Alright, get that door open.
Okay, it's open. Let's go, Wake.
Really? I mean, I feel like I would have just shot the lock a couple times with the shotgun.
We keep them lit all night long on the night before Deerfest.
Why?
Well, it's tradition.
Why? Why is it tradition to keep all these candles lit? Next page.
For it to be free, the Dark Presence needed the writer to finish the story. Again and again, the story let it get frustratingly close to the writer without letting it capture him. It was bound by the events depicted in the manuscript, but it could pursue the writer indirectly, put others on the task, and stop those who would help him. It took over everything in its path, made them its puppets, and sent them after Alan Wake.
Yup. Also, what is this thing? Why is there... It's tradition because Alan wrote it that way? Maybe. I mean, maybe. What if this whole town exists because Alan wrote it that way? This is weird. I feel like this is really weird.
We're almost there. We'll have to go through the basement to get to the parking lot.
Of course.
Yeah, there's no way going through the crypt will turn out to be a bad idea.
Hey, you know what I said about, skeleton enemies? Maybe we're about to see a few more of those. I'm also wondering, maybe I should have the shotgun ready. Regular darkness. It's advanced darkness, Patrick. No joke, that's legitimately my favorite episode of SpongeBob. Alright, I feel like the boiler's important.
You have the right to remain silent.
Where is this coming from? Hey, wait. Oh, I thought I saw something blinking in there, but I think it's not an item. I think it was just kind of like my flashlight. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the bus, everything about that episode. I don't know. It just, it hits me the right way. Yeah, you have the right to remain silent. Who's, like, someone who said that's probably with the police force, right? Could it be Nightingale? I bet it's a Nightingale. Oh, no. It's the sheriff dude. Oh, did Barry do that?
Guess that one saw the light, huh?
There you go,
You
Bomber.
like that one? A tough audience. Well,
Players
I got
of
plenty
Blazing.
more.
What are the Christmas lights for?
Protection, man. Like garlic against vampires.
Vampires.
The helicopter's just across the parking lot and up the hill. Come on.
Hey, I actually think those Christmas lights are a fantastic idea. Why didn't you bring enough to share? That's what I want to know. Alright, none of these vehicles are drivable. Nothing hiding back there, okay. We're pretty full, honestly, on, like, everything.
The Bright Falls General Store is now my favorite place in the entire world. See this headlamp? It's like a superpower. I can just look at one of those things and they die. It's my flaming eye of Mordor.
I like
wish
it.
I didn't say that.
I
Hey,
wish
I
you
want a headlamp.
did.
Last one.
Bastard.
Ooh, this one's about Alice.
Alice had screamed until she had no voice left to scream. Around her, the darkness was alive. It was cold.
Alice
and
is
wet
also
and
afraid of the
malevolent
dark.
and without end. She was a prisoner, trapped in the dark place. The terror would have burned her mind out, but one thing made her hang on. She could sense Alan in the dark. She could hear him. She could see the words he was writing as flickering shadows. He sensed her too. He was trying to work his way to her.
So, the symbol next to this one on the bottom, right? Find this page in nightmare difficulty mode. There's usually, it seems like about 3 that are unobtainable in normal gameplay until the nightmare difficulty, and I wonder if those pages... Okay, let's say we beat the game, right? We beat the game and we know what's happened. If we were to then read those nightmare manuscript pages, would that change our impression of what's happened? We'd be like, oh no, what we thought was actually wrong because this and this. It's like, it's really making me, like, I don't think we're gonna do like another nightmare playthrough immediately after, but it's making me want to. It is.
Someone throws a damn school bus at your head and you're about to take a helicopter ride with someone who may or may not have a pilot's license, you're cleared for departure to Night Springs. No offense, Sheriff.
There's something blinking. We're totally about to be jumped too, by the way. Just feel it. Oh, they're flashbangs. That was totally worth it. Yeah. Where is the helicopter? It must be up here. There are lights on up here too, which is kind of nice. Also, by the way, that said falling rock zone. We might need to be concerned about that. Wow, that guy took a lot of shots. And there's another one coming! Actually, hold up, let's pop this. It's totally worth it. Okay. They should park it closer, you're right.
I'm never gonna get used to this.
We're down to 5 shots of the shotgun now, which is not good. If we do happen to run into another hunting rifle, we should have plenty of ammo for it. So we will swap. As long as we haven't, like, restocked up on the shotgun ammo, that is. Okay, here's the fire department. The helicopter's totally going to be right here. We're also definitely going to take a quick peek over here. I see it. I see the chopper.
The helicopter's just up ahead. I'll need a while to prep for takeoff.
Don't take too long. I want to get out of here.
I'll need a while, meaning horde on its way. Survive the horde. Okay. Let's see, can we go in? No, but there are batteries here. You know, maybe we should have left them there. We were only 1 down. Again, it's the hoarder in me. More batteries? Oh yeah, they're totally prepping us here for a sustained fight. Coffee? Flash. Okay, we're gonna pick the flashbang up, and there is shotgun ammo. We'll pick that up too, but we'll leave the rest in there. Okay, reloaded. Oh, there is. Oh, that's a pump action shotgun. Okay. Flare gun ammo. How much of that do we have? We got 10. They're really loading us up, by the way. This is a little insane. I think this might be challenging. Give us a couple like lights we can pop on as well. All right, let's see if we can strategically grab the flashbang and the flare gun ammo. Okay, and leave the rest. I can pick up the hunting rifle, I guess. I don't even know how much we have. What is that? More batteries? More batteries. Perfect. Okay. We're not going to be stingy on battery. We're going to look at them. They're everywhere. Was that Alice? It was.
Get ready, I'll hold them off.
See one coming in there. Ow, ow! I don't know why I dropped that there. That's not a great spot for it. Shotgun, please, please! Oh my goodness! Ah! Flare! Where'd the other guy go? Right there. That was not something I meant to do. Not quite sure if that thing hit the ground because I turned the light on, or if it's blocking the light. Could just be blocking it. Reload, reload, reload! Of course. You know what? They're so far away sometimes here that it feels like maybe the hunting rifle would have been the play. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely not a good idea. Okay, yeah, they're blocking our shots and light and all of that. And they're on the roof! Ah, I'm trying to dodge that. Said they're almost ready. Yeah, so it's about to throw more junk at us. Like, it could probably hit the chopper right now, right? If it really wanted to. That officer had a sickle. Did he say they're ready? They're ready. Alright, you know, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. we had all those flashbangs and all of that, and I didn't really need to use much of it.
Just get me to Weaver, Sheriff.
You're taking a big chance on a local crazy lady, Al. I hope you're right about her, or we can kiss this town goodbye.
Is that an episode ender? What do you think?
You know how to deal with this, Wake. I guess you New Yorkers are used to rough situations.
A nightmare,
like this.
probably,
The city's
probably
a war
pretty
zone.
bad.
King Kong, mutant alligators, and Alex Casey shoots the place up every weekend. Look, I never even carried a gun until a couple of days ago.
Well, my dad used to be a cop there. Tells some pretty wild stories.
Stuff like this?
No, just normal bad stuff. Kind of like your books, Wake. I used to tease Dad that he was just like Alex Casey.
You've read me.
Oh, sure. You're a pretty good writer. A little heavy on the metaphors, maybe.
Nobody's ever said that before.
Because he uses two metaphors every time he does it?
We're coming up on the power plant. See the lit building over there? And that's the dam further up the river. I can't land here. I'll take her down the road across the river.
Just get me there, Sheriff.
Cross the river.
Hold on! Ow!
Son of a bitch!
I swear, if we lose all of our gear... We even lost our flashlight. We've got a different flashlight. And we got birds incoming! Burn, birds, burn! We're like slowly taking them out, but I don't know. I don't feel great about these dumb birds. Darkness controls the take, it sure does. How did we not take damage on that one? What does the other one say? Darkness wears her face. Yes, it does. Okay, we need something to break the chain or unlock it. You were gonna set up a poll about the gear
I
loss?
had to do something about the chain for the door to open.
Yeah, we know. We know! Revolver! With 6 shots. Oh, with full ammo. Okay, great. Great. Can I just shoot it, you think? That doesn't seem right, but maybe we try it. I mean, maybe we could explode the door with this. It did actually work! I'm in a bad spot. I see why they gave us so much ammo. Oh! The wombo combo on that, right? He hit his bud! Oh, he was leading the target. I think we might die. We're out of batteries. a life! You shoot the big red tank. Maybe when I'm really close. I'd rather not shoot it when I'm really close. You're right, though. I could probably lead one of the dudes over here and shoot it. Here's the other thing, too. There's light in there. There is totally light in there. I could have just run inside. Honestly, I was coming back for more ammo. It was a mistake. We should have just ignored filling our ammo back up. I was also shooting at the chain, but it looked like I just needed to shoot the board. One shot. Oh, this thing is raising slowly. That's what's going on here, isn't it? I did actually kind of try to shoot it. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. Big guy down. We're doing this. We're doing this. We did it. It's funny, right? That one went so much better than the last time. And I don't think it was because we were more prepared on what was going to happen. I think I just positioned myself in slightly better spots so we couldn't be ambushed. We also focused the big guy. And honestly, I've been trying all this time to focus the small guys because they die faster, right? And they throw things. But maybe focusing the big guy was the play. Okay. Checkpoint. Perfect. And stuff on the shelving. Okay, we're geared back up a little bit. We got ourselves a radio over there too. Oh, do you think the guy's gonna talk about the Night Springs secret code word, right? Maybe? I think he might. Okay, here we go. See what it's got to say.
And here's a new song from a band that they always remind me of our local rock legends, the Old Gods. I couldn't tell you why. I guess it's just, one of those things. Anyway, here's Poets of the Fall and their latest single, War.
This could get copyright claimed. Poets of the Fall. Real band. The joke that they're making here is that the old gods of Asgard, the music and everything that they've done for the game, is actually from Poets of the Fall. They did all the music for the game, like all the in-game music.
This is good morning for a night person.
Come on, break! I see that explosive barrel back there. I do have a flare. Where's the other dude at? He like ran around the side? Of course. Yeah! Reload, reload, reload. What hit me? He must have thrown something, and I just didn't see it coming. Reload, reload, reload. Okay. You had a sad thought. What if the final boss is the radio guy? Oh, I dislike that thought so much. We're also down to one shot on the shotgun. I also dislike that a lot too. No longer down to one shot. You'd put the game down. He's so far been a good dude, right? Oh look, coffee. Okay. Sorry, I'm just spinning around. I'm just looking for things. There's a checkpoint safe light spot right up ahead. Good. Real good. Okay, perfect. Checkpoint. Oh, okay, and we're almost here, and there's a lot of light over here.
The power plant glowed in the night.
We still have to cross the river.
It was close, but I had to find a way across.
Okay, let's scope the area a little bit before we drop down, because once we drop down, there's no coming back. I see some of the yellow light. Reflective paint. Yeah, I'll totally just jump the river. Good call. Good call. Alright, I don't know what this does, but we clearly have to hit that, right? It probably opens that door. Let's go all the way down the other way just to see if there's anything there. You're right, if we wrote that we jumped it, I think we'd just be able to jump it. That's entirely true. Perfect. Open. Thank you. Alright, what do we got? Two flares, one flashbang. Perfect. 2 flare gun flares. Right, make the distinction. They are different things. It would be nice if, like, the other ones were called road flares, so that we would call the flare gun ammo just flares and the other ones road flares. Makes sense to me anyways. What are you doing there? Oh! We pushed him back into the electricity. And he died. Also, there's a manuscript page. Huh, okay. Was that a teaching tutorial moment, you think? We're blocked right there, too. How do you think we get across? There isn't like a ski lift across or anything. There's this, which we're gonna hold off on hitting. Still fall on that revolver. The writing doesn't work if the audience can't believe it. Yes! Good point. He probably did have a lot of liberties, right? I'm like stuck! Ah! Okay, load it up. You think that was explosive? Could have just hit that. Man, I'm... Yikes! Not explosive! push that button. Writing in a godlike character to a system at the very beginning, for instance. That did happen. It did happen. Unless we never found a manuscript page about that, though, did we? Like, what if that really was just a dream? And what if that dream is what we decided to write about? Maybe.
Making her way through the water pipe alone, Cynthia was angry at the writer. Foolish young man, taking unnecessary risks. And the way he broke the rules. Didn't he understand what was at stake? Since the terrible days in the 70s, she hadn't wavered once, as hard as it had been. She was tired of protecting the town all these long years, and now only wanted to rest.
We're breaking the rules, taking unnecessary risks. Is that writing ourselves in the story? It could be. Could be. We just got another checkpoint right here. I feel like we need to turn around. This feels like the right way to go. We need to go back and hit that button and see what it does. It gave us a lighted checkpoint. Okay. I was expecting a little more. I was expecting that was the thing we needed to do to, like, progress our story. Okay, can we go through here? No. Alright, a dude is about to appear on our right, isn't he? Maybe not. Nope, can't go that way. Although, there is electric wires back there, so we might be making our way over there. I see coffee. Hold up. Like, in real life, we could totally just do this, right? Okay. Not real life. Confirmed. There's an anime that touches the same premise. What is the anime? Also, I hear some Cooper barking in the background. This is bad. This is real bad. Claire. RE Creators. Recreators. Something like that. You know, the name is kind of familiar, but I don't know if I've actually seen it. He's getting awfully close to us. Okay. Hey, look, there is a weird red chair with a manuscript page up there. Use the electric wire. Well, we did for the first one, right? We definitely got the first guy in the electric wires, but I don't know how we would have got the other one in. This is totally not accessible. Use, sure, in a moment. I'm guessing this is actually the path we're supposed to take. Or not, because that would be certain death. Okay. And that anime was called Death Note. You write someone's name, and it comes true, they die. They made a live action, right? Didn't they? I never watched it. The anime game movie characters get pulled into the real world where the authors live, and they try to make their authors change their story. Oh. That actually sounds pretty cool. Did you ever watch, not an anime, but it's based off of a book called The Magicians? There was a TV show called The Magicians. The characters themselves weren't, like, in a book, but there was a world that was written about in a book, kind of like Narnia, and they actually found the god of this place, and they were trying to convince him to change things.
The story I had written in the cabin had come true. touched by the dark presence, I had written a horror story, but the end was still missing. The story was incomplete, and the last unfinished page of the manuscript still sat in the typewriter in the cabin study. If I could get back there, if I could read the page, then I could write my own ending to this story and save Alice.
Really? The ending has not yet been written. We have to get back to the cabin. The cabin that doesn't exist, by the way. We've been there more than once now, and it's clearly not there. But if we could get there, we could write the ending. He could write, and it was all a dream. Bomber. Here's the thing, though. You know the writing of this game so far? That's not what's going to happen. We are defying the laws of physics right now. Oh! There's no way that this particle board is heavy enough on the other side of the crate to prevent us falling. Alright, that was fun. That was fun. They spent all their physics budget on hay bales. It's fine. We know where the money went. Oh, right. And then we found out that we were not in a coma after all. We were just an AI. Oh. How did we not see that coming? No. I'm not making fun of the hay bales. I'm saying it's warranted and we totally understand where their money went. No fun was had. Nothing over this way. Okay. I bet we go in this building. I'm gonna go behind the building first. Nothing back here. Was that kind of a cheap jump scare moment? I mean, it didn't really jump scare me, but... Oh, apparently the door was in the back. I didn't notice that there wasn't a door in the front. How about that? Okay, it's dark. It's dark. We're moving the whole bridge, okay. Let's get out there. Coffee! I mean, this is the perfect time for them to throw enemies at us, right? While this thing is... That was weird, right? I feel like that was weird.
More birds.
Oh, of course. No, there's lots and lots of them. Okay. We're still spinning, by the way? We got a lot of them. Got a lot of them with that. I think that I just want to go back. Like, I shouldn't have even walked down the bridge at all, since we're still spinning. But I wanted to check over here for anything, you know, manuscript page, coffee behind. But I guess we stay over here now. I don't think I would stand this close to the edge while it's spinning in real life. I'd stand over here with the railing. There's light in here, so it's safe. Looks like we can't stop it. We already have a pump action. We do. I guess we'll grab it for a couple additional shots? Sure. Ooh, a new TV.
Are we men dreaming of being
try to get a good shot.
butterflies or butterflies that dream of being men? Such philosophical concerns are by necessity abstract. And yet, some of us can find concrete proof of the nature of our existence.
The bridge is making a mistake still.
In Night Springs.
In Night Springs.
Tonight's episode, an absence of creativity.
Hello, Martha. What did you want to show me?
Oh, Lydia, thank God you're here. Please, it's in the basement.
The bridge is making a shot, shake. Is that a black hole?
It's like it isn't there, but I can't look straight at it.
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
How did you get here?
Well, I'm trying to work.
Did you put this thing here?
In a way. To be more precise, I put everything here but that.
Really? But what is it?
Oh, I guess the temptation is to call it whole, but it's really an absence, a profound lack.
Profound lack of reality.
In Martha's basement?
Yes, I was doing so well, too. I came up with 2 old ladies and put something really weird in the basement. It was a great start, but I'm completely blocked now. I can't imagine what I was up to.
Well, surely it's just an ordinary basement.
Is it? Why did you call your friend here, then?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Couldn't you just ignore it?
Oh, no, I couldn't do that. It would probably turn into a plot hole. Might be one already. Could sink the whole enterprise.
Oh, my.
Listen, ladies, not to be rude, but I'm really not at all sure where I'm going with this, and you're just not helping. You should just go back upstairs for a cup of coffee while I try to figure out what I'm up to.
Well, if you think that's best.
Maybe I should just stop here. Or is that too moronic?
Is that too moronic?
A space that hasn't been filled because he's got writer's block. I think exactly that.
It's a fine line between the stupid and the sublime. Night Springs.
So, we watched one episode of Night Springs with Barry. And Barry said, "Oh, Night Springs. Do you think this is going to be one of the episodes you wrote?" And then it started playing, and he's like, "Oh, it's not." But we wrote at least one episode of Night Springs, and I'm betting you it's gonna like become important. Like when we watch it, either we'll talk about it.
We managed to lose the flock. You're almost at the power plant. Keep going. We'll give you support.
Either we'll talk about it, or like we'll just notice that episode is what's happening. It's possible. Maybe that's the episode. Maybe we're gonna walk into someone's basement and there's gonna be a black hole. Do you not feel like they could have potentially landed here? I mean, there is a close tree. I give you that. There's a close tree, but it feels like they might have had enough space. I am not a helicopter pilot. And this also feels like enough space, too. Alright, so this is a weird segment with a light. Not a fan! Sound and Fury trophy. Nice. I'm not sure what we were supposed to do there. I used my last flare. Or flashbang. More guys. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? A random flare on the ground. Hold on. We're in the light. How did he hit us? How is he hitting us? We're dead. We're dead. In emergency, they could probably land in a place like this. Okay, thank you. We're not crazy. Yeah, that almost hit us. It feels weird to use a flare when we're in the gigantic light, you know? Ow, of course. Of course that guy did this. And so did that guy. Need to get rid of that dude on the side. Oh boy, he does good damage. Got one dude left. Okay. How did he hit me there? By swinging really hard. Why? Thank you. I was under the impression that they wouldn't be able to even walk into the light. Or that they would get in the light and then they would back off immediately because it hurts them. Birds! Birds?
Birds are back! Wait, we can't stay here! Get inside! Call us when you know what the plan is!
What if I burned the birds away? Or what if I just drew the birds away by being here? Okay. Oh. Yes, please. I'll take this stuff. I guess we're full on revolver. I only used the shotgun, didn't I? That sounded like something was gonna fall, didn't it? It did. Woo! Oh, dude, from behind! Oh, there's another one up there, too. Where'd the other guy go? There he is. There's another one up here, too. Okay, I think that's the last of them! Woo. Reload. Oh, safe haven. Good. We need it.
I recognized the logo on the power plant sign. I'd seen a version of it painted all over the area, signifying hidden caches of supplies.
Mm-hmm. Coffee. So she's been, like, doing this since the 70s, right? I wonder if she was actually encountering the darkness at all. It was weakened. It was very weak, and it was really waiting for, like, us to come, right? And give it more power. But I wonder if this whole time in the dark, she's been feeling it, sensing it, seeing it. You know?
Hold it right there! Miss Weaver! Cynthia! I'm a friend!
Prove it!
You knew Zane! Thomas Zane! You're the Lady of the Light in the song! You can help me!
About time! Young man, I've been waiting a very long time for you.
Perfect. I don't think we need a flashlight in here. Look around. I'll still pick these flares up. And whatever else she has. We're full on batteries.
It's in the well-lit room.
I did not knock that stuff
Excuse me?
what you need to drive the darkness back. The well-lit room is at the dam. I built the room to keep it safe.
Will it help me find Alice? Will it get me back to the cabin? Fine, let's go. I can get my friends to come back with the helicopter.
Oh, we won't go outside. Never at night. That's rule number 1. You've been breaking the rules, young man, and where has that gotten us, No, I have a secret route, a lit route, an old water pipe.
Uh-oh.
Something was damaged at the transformer yard. It's all the reserve power. Without it, the pipe will go dark. The power to the yard must be cut.
Let me guess. You want me to do it?
Young man, you're the one who likes to break the rules. I can't be outside in the dark. The kill switch is outside.
Okay, so we need to go kill some of the power to make sure that the power in the water pipe, darkness waits in my dream, to make sure that the other thing doesn't go out. Because it would be real bad if we were in there. I miss you, Tom. So here's the thing. Cynthia wasn't Tom's girlfriend.
Hurry!
It was
the
Barbara.
switch is on the wall facing the shore.
But maybe there's something a little more going on there. There's a little bit of a message there. Probably nothing. Okay. We go outside.
I have been preparing for these times, the dark tides. You have found my caches, haven't you? You can see the signs.
We found them.
Very few people can. Yes, please, take what you need. This is all for you, for the likes of us. We do Tom's work, don't we? I cannot take you to the well-lit room.
I wonder, so here's another thought, right? What if Thomas Zane actually wrote us into the story? Right, let's flip it around a little bit. We've been totally thinking about like main character syndrome. We're the main character, we wrote the story, everything we write comes real. But what if it started with Thomas Zane and he wrote us into it, and by writing us into it, he's also given us the power and other things. And what if we weren't even like real before? Which we've said about a couple other people before, like Nightingale. What if we made him exist? Water's gone.
Go outside to use the emergency switch.
Figured we were gonna have to go down this way. Yeah. You said it's facing the water. Oh. Of course. Load, reload, reload. Make sure there's no one behind us. Oh, there is someone behind us. That's garbage. We looked. Oh, why am I shooting before he's broken?
Weaver had sent me to cut the power to the transformer yard. I was willing to do grunt work for her to get her to help me. I hoped Weaver was dependable. I'd stumbled into this crazy world a little over a week ago. She had been living this insanity for decades.
So I think we're cutting the power to what's across, where we just came from. So we don't really care, right? Rule number 1, never go out at night. You should have posted that rule in other places. Yeah, we've been breaking that rule left and right.
I could see the kill switch that would cut the power to the transformer yard. Now I had to find a way to reach it.
Okay, we got a puzzle. This say, floodgate controls to be operated by authorized personnel only, or other people.
If I could figure out the gates, I could
always
use them to
remember
get to the kill switch.
lantern. Rule number 3. Oh, I see. We're making bridges. I extra see. I think. kind of didn't think it was going to do the first one, if I had to be honest with you. I thought it was going to do the ones that it was touching. So, like, 1 would do 1 and 2, 2 would do 1, 2, and 3, and then 3 would do 2 and 3. However, that's not how it worked out. Let's do this one and see what it does. Perfect! We stumbled into the solution, even though we knew how to solve it, I guess. We'd figured out their pattern. We just needed to actually, like, put it in action. Rule 2, keep the lights on. Yeah, that's a good rule. I swear, I should have been shooting these the whole time. We find those little can pyramids all over the place, and I've not shot a whole lot of them for fear of using up ammo that was needed.
Who designs these things?
Gatekeeper! That was unexpected. So, facepalm.jpg, yes. So here's another thing. Honestly, I think I could have sprinted across this. It felt doable. And then there's clearly a door right here, right? However you get through there. But like, I'm trying to contemplate, how else could we get out of the situation if we're stuck over there? I'm not seeing a whole lot of options. We could climb, maybe? We sprint.
Who designs these things?
Go. We sprinted poorly. Because it's a older game with a little clunky controls.
Designs these things.
Okay, we made it to this side, which might be a bad thing. I mean, right, we're gonna find, oh, we see what's going on.
The transformer yard went dark and dead. Weaver's water pipe passage should now be good to go.
Okay. We're good. We sprint. We sprint right into the water. Isn't that where we wanted to go? Oh, boy. All right. Good use of the shotgun. Also, I didn't notice until the very end that the gate was also shadowified. This dude's got a chainsaw. The flare gun did not kill him. That's because chainsaw guys are nuts. Okay, shotgun is done. I wonder how, like, how do you think we actually can get him to, like, go into this? This is clearly here. We could have knocked the guy into the electricity instead of wasting all of our shotgun shells. I know with the light we can knock them back like a step or two, but then after that step or two, they just march forward again. Cynthia, how much more shotgun ammo do you have laying around for us? Bad flashlight.
This way, young man. Follow me. Come, the pipe's empty.
Batteries that we don't need. I thought we left ammo in here. I really did.
I knew them both, Tom and Barbara. I had such a crush.
He had a crush on Tom.
Such a beautiful man. I was jealous. There was a part of me that was maybe a little glad when she had the accident. And then Tom started writing and woke the darkness up.
He
tried
woke the
to
darkness
do that,
up.
but you can't do that. There are no free rides like that.
I'm starting to realize that.
In that case, young man, perhaps you're a smarter man than Tom was. The witch looked like her, but it wasn't. Barbara was sweet. He didn't understand until it was too late. He tried to undo it, wrote himself, her, everything he'd ever written out of the world. Oh, he was so famous. And afterward, no one knew. Oh, Tom. He left only one thing behind in my care, in case it happened again. Insurance. He trusted me. Or perhaps used me a little. Tom knew how I felt. Knew I wouldn't refuse him. I built the well-lit room and put it there.
I curse you, Thomas Zane.
We are characters trapped in a story.
Alright, I'm switching to the hunting rifle. We'll use it for a little bit.
To see the end. If the darkness isn't stopped, she'll twist the story to her own dark ends.
How do you know all this?
Tom, that's the way he wrote it. He still talks to me, you know, in television, from beyond, from below. We have both been touched by the darkness, young man. He saved us both with light, but the darkness stays with you. Leaves a stain. This pipe will take us directly to the well-lit room.
Okay, I need to call my friends, tell them where we're going.
Yeah, like we're gonna get reception in here.
Hello? Al!
Barry, we're headed to the dam in one of the pipes. Meet us there.
Okay, I'll tell Sarah.
It's Sarah now?
Whoa! No! For the sweet love of...
Barry!
What just happened?
Barry! We gotta go see if they're okay.
They're probably dead. You must reach the well-lit room. This is no time to be a selfish idiot.
Brutal.
That's my best friend.
Oh, we were in the well-lit
Well, be a
pipe.
fool. I'll use the pipe. I'll meet you at the dam if you make it.
At least I didn't have to worry about her. She knew how to stay safe.
And she curses us that we're breaking the rules again. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Sigh, you say? Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I look at that and I go, there's no way they lived. It's on fire. Well lit room. Well, good that she put some, like, messages out around. Alright, manuscript page.
Sarah was almost starting to relax. Maybe they could turn this into a win yet. Suddenly, there was a piercing sound, like a table saw gone wild, as 100 birds made out of shadows swarmed into the rotor. The chopper bucked wildly and the board lit up, telling her what she already knew. They were going down. Barry Wheeler screamed next to her.
Yep, that's about what we heard happen. Yeah. So, there's an arch. We're gonna go around it. Because bad things happen in arches. Birds. We got birds. Birds are the worst. Burn them up. Oh, from behind. Okay, we got one set of the birds. We got one set. There's definitely more! Oh! I think we got that one too. Okay, let's keep moving. Got a light. Got some supplies. Perfect. Come on, die, you birds! Okay. We got him. You know, we went around, but do you think walking down this was an option? It feels like it might have been. I feel like the birds are designed to eat your battery. Howa! They go through with a rock. Okay. More birds down. I mean, we were up there, right? Ah! More birds! More dead birds. Monster Hunter just notified me of something. I hear more. I hear more. I hear more. You're running out of flares. Let's move! Let's move! Like, I can't tell if the birds are, like, endlessly spawning on us, or if it's different.
Barry! Sheriff Baker! Sarah!
The crash site looked bad, but as far as I could tell, the wreck was empty.
So, if they crashed, and the thing caught fire, and they got out with no injuries, a lot of ands, the fire would actually protect them, right? Those birds and stuff couldn't have attacked while the fire was on them. Oh, look at all the random flares. You would think that they would have needed those flares. Ah!
Barry! Barry!
Their inventory was full? I don't know what that's like.
There, I'm coming!
There are so many of them! Fire that! Fire that! That was a terrible shot by me. Okay, I'm done wasting those shots. I don't know if it's a waste, but I'm done using them. It's not coming. I was trying to get that last shot off.
You know when to make an entrance, Wake. We were ready to make like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
I have a different ending in mind.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for asking.
I knew you'd be all right.
How's that?
The flaming eye of Mordor?
Laugh it up, funny man. Didn't we have somewhere to go?
Weaver will meet us at the dam.
Okay, more ammo. Oh, we should have used the hunting rifle in that fight just to kind of see how it works. But look, this keeps moving, and I want to come down here and check this building out. You know, there could be coffee in this old, clearly unused barn, shed thing from the mining days. Alright, I'm pulling the gun out, the rifle, so we will use it on the next set of enemies.
When you spend most of your night running uphill while the crazy bunch of demon hicks try to take your head off with an axe, you know your helicopter crash landed in Night Springs. Come on, Al, couldn't we just wait here? Please?
Barry's writing a Night Springs episode as we walk.
Oh, I should have kept that gym membership.
Are you sure you want to go that way? Oh, yeah, no, I think we're sure we want to go that way. The darkness is swelling.
That's the elevator we need to take.
Oh, one of these dudes?
It's everywhere! Crap, there's more than one of them!
Like that, it's impossible!
It's not easy, that's for sure.
Ah! Al! Do something!
He's too fast! I can't get him
Use
down.
your Eye of Mordor, Barry!
There! No, there! Al, they're all over the place!
I don't know where he went. Let's wait on there.
How many of them are there?
Ah, this can't be happening!
Okay, the hunting rifle on those dudes right now was like perfect.
Was that it? Are we safe?
That was... wow. I think we're okay.
That was...
Hey, Al,
wow.
I got a bad feeling.
Let's keep our eyes open.
Sweet.
The Taken are filled with darkness. The Riders are filled with coffee.
Wait, call the elevator. I'm keeping watch.
I think I hear something moving around.
Oh, we'll call the elevator. Yeah, in 1 second. We gotta peek around the edge here. Okay. Okay. How much you want to bet we have to take the stairs? Yeah, I think the stairs go all the way up there. Also, coffee right there. Revolver ammo is full, but there's a flare gun. Yeah, we'll take that too. The rifle is really slow though, right? That second shot takes a real long time to get off.
Here they come.
Oh no! Oh no!
We have to hold them off.
We can hold them off no problem as long as they don't come from the sides or somehow behind us.
Oh no! Oh no!
Barry, you're in the way. I'm gonna shoot you. Pull it out. The bigger gun. Oh! Did that just one-shot him? Guys,
here, Wake.
one-shotting the big dudes.
Far enough.
Oh, it didn't one-shot that dude. Ow. That's a big dude too. One-shot him.
Goddamn elevator.
I didn't know it was ready.
Ow. The button.
Why do I have to hit the button? You hit the button, Barry. Every time he had to get another cup of coffee, he wrote another thermos in the story. Yeah,
What's
probably.
the plan, Wake?
Well, Weaver's crazy, but she's got something Zane left behind. Something to fix this.
Gee, could you be a little more vague?
No.
Thomas Zane? Seriously? Might as well be Paul Bunyan or Bigfoot.
Yeah, well, he was real.
So wait, they've heard of Thomas Zane, but they don't believe he
Careful,
existed?
okay?
Interesting.
Oh, jeez, I hate this.
Oop. New coffee thermos.
Okay, Wake. There's a button over there that opens the door.
You open the door while we go up and be next to the door, because we can't be bothered to stand out next to you. That's fine. You will have to humor me for one moment as I look for collectibles. Okay. Notice! This facility has been decommissioned and is not staffed. Entry into the dam structure without authorization is a criminal offense and may be prosecuted under local and federal statutes. Nuclear-powered flashlight to brighten the city. That would be pretty cool.
I think something's broken. Hold the button down so we can get in.
Hold the button down so we can get in. Now prop the door open with that barrel.
What's going on? We can get to the dam through here. What's happening out there?
You guys go ahead and find Weaver. She should be in the dam now. I'll have to make it alone through the top.
What's happening is we got stranded.
Don't get yourself killed.
I don't see another path.
Be careful. I'll take good care of Barry, baby. You just can't get out.
Yeah, you take good care of Barry. Aha!
You gotta be kidding me.
It's alive! It's alive! Okay, whew. You know what? This lantern, flashlight, that's called lantern, it breaks these things so much faster. With the
Down,
other
boy.
flashlight, those would have hit us, almost certainly. Oh look, collectible. Have we found all of the manuscript pages now? That's a clear indication that we might be at the very end of the episode. We'll see.
Thomas Zane knew he had to remove all that had made this horror possible, including himself. That was the only way to banish the dark presence he had unleashed and now looked at him through the eyes of his dead love. But he also knew that despite his best efforts, it might someday return. So even as he wrote himself and his work out of existence, he added a loophole as insurance, an exception to the rule. Anything of his stored in a shoebox would remain.
Okay, so Thomas Zane wrote himself out of reality so that the darkness couldn't get more power from him, right? It was clearly feeding off of him, but also so that he could maybe make it so that he never had given the darkness power to begin with, sealing it back away, because he's the one who awoke it, right? And when we wrote Thomas Zane into the story, when we wrote him in again to come essentially rescue us from the cabin, right? We had said he was very far away, which makes sense if you're not in the space of reality anymore, right? And he was almost powerless, because again, he basically didn't exist anymore. Huh. Just checking over that way. There's nothing. And the crazy lady, Cynthia Weaver, says that he still talks to her through the darkness, through a TV. He talks to her from the beyond, not meaning death necessarily, beyond, through a TV sometimes. Hey, wait, this strikes me as weird. Hold up. The dam is no longer staved. And stop. No one works here anymore. However, the dam is still a dam. Don't they, when they stop using a dam, if they're like, okay, we're not going to do this anymore, we decommission the dam, don't they make it so that it's no longer holding back the water? Right? Don't they do something to let that go away? Because, like, if no one's here working, no one's able to see if, hey, a crack in the foundation has shown up. Hey, this dam is going to burst, and when it does, the town and everyone's going to die. Right? Stupid freaking birds! We hate the birds. All we want to do is talk about lore and things and cool stuff, and birds have to come and ruin it. Oh, we almost got them. Got them. Okay. Like, this seems like a terrible hazard to decommission the dam, but still actually have it as a dam. Okay, nothing over there. Alright, we got a giant light that somehow we're gonna use, right?
I was ridiculously outnumbered. The searchlight could even the odds.
Sure could. Move! Move! Thought I heard someone behind us. Not quite. Guy's coming from the side, though. Oh! Oh! We can burn it out! Move! Ow. Okay, we're in a lot of trouble here. Do the flare. Reload, reload, reload. I think we did it right. Another glimpse of Alice. Interesting.
Enough. You will go no further.
He's here to get us.
Stop.
In her desperation, she gave us an escape route. Run, 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 run. Darkness tornado is approaching! Oh, there are stairs. Oh no! We fell. We wrote it that way. Oh my goodness. We're about to die. Run! Run! Coffee! We didn't make the jump. Didn't make the jump. Okay, try it again. all possible to get hit by one of those things coming at you. We're out of stamina. Oh, thank you. I needed a car. No, I'm running! Oh, and push the button. Oh, okay. They pushed the button this time. How about that?
You made it. Well done. I'm glad I was wrong. But it was a foolish chance to take. Don't worry about the noise. We're safe here.
I agree that was a dumb thing to do, but we saved them.
Many, many years now. There is no shadow in the well-lit room. The power is fail-safe, and all the bulbs are numbered and changed regularly based on their make and model.
Right.
The power is fail-safe, and the power's gonna go out, right?
There's an old army base at Rainbow. It was active during the Second World War. They operated here back then. They must have built this.
Yes, they did. It's my place now.
Kinda neat. I'm getting, like, Fallout Vault vibes.
Take it, and I won't need to worry about the room anymore, because 6 and 33 and 118 need changing soon, and I don't want to climb up the ladder to change them because it's very late, and I'm tired. And if you take it, I won't have to do that anymore.
The page was autobiographical, a memory from my childhood. But I didn't write this. It was a page written by Thomas Zane. None of them were supposed to exist anymore.
Alan, 7 years old, would fight sleep to the bitter end. When he did sleep, he soon woke up, screaming, the nightmares fresh in his mind. One evening, his mother, sitting by his bed, offered him an old light switch. She called it the clicker, and flicking the switch would turn on a magical light that would drive the beast away. To imbue the talisman with all possible power, she added that it had been given to her by Alan's father. Alan never knew him, and anything of his took on mythical proportions in his mind. With the clicker firmly in his hand, Alan finally slept like a baby. Now, almost 30 years later, Alan thought of this as he stood on the rim of Cauldron Lake, the clicker in his hand. He took a deep breath and jumped.
My mind swirled. I'd given the clicker to Alice, yet it was here. Zane had written it into existence, in a story I had written. I can get to her now. I can finish this.
Zane wrote about us. Did Zane write us into existence? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But we had just sort of said, what if that was a possibility? That, like, the main character syndrome, of course we wrote everything, we created Zane, but what if it's the other way? Zane wrote it into existence in a story I had written. Yeah. But what if Zane wrote that Alan wrote the story? So Alan did write the story, but Zane wrote that he was going to write the story. You know what I mean? Zane didn't have to write that story. He just had to write that Alan would write it, and then Alan would write it. But because Zane knew that Alan was going to write it, he was able to write things into the story that he didn't know anything about. Chicken and the egg kind of situation. It sure is. It sure is. And I want to make sure that we pause it here. This is actually, it's actually a little bit of a short stream for us tonight, but this is the perfect spot for us to end. Right at the end of this episode, and then we'll pick it back up. I'm going to ask you guys, do you want to see the next episode of this on Wednesday? Or do we want to see Lunar Lux? Right? We can go either or. Now, I will say, You think the next time is finally the end? It could be. It could be, and I don't know. I will also say I've tentatively got plans on Wednesday, so we might not have the stream on Wednesday. I might do it Tuesday or Thursday. I don't really know yet. I don't know if anything's set or in stone or anything yet. So, you like having a different game on Wednesday? Okay. All right. We also haven't done Lunar Lux in a while, so I don't mind getting back to it. I did kind of want to beat this game before October was over, so we may still push through. I don't know. Maybe a poll in the Discord? That's probably the best idea. I don't know if I have anything to do a poll in the Discord. We'll have to find out. But anyways, thanks for joining me tonight. We're going to end here. Both Astro, again, thank you very much for the 6-month subscription. Insane. And when I go to the ending screen, we got a follower yesterday as well who will be there. You lean towards this? Okay. Yeah, I kind of do too. Just because I'm so invested in the story right now. All right. And then just for you, bummer. All right. Mercs Rain signing off. Back into the awesome Stephen Mellon. Yes, and as I said, right, we got that follower. Pause the Chronic. You're there in a video or lurking. How you doing? Thanks for following.